Aha!
Welcome to Gen AI Briefs. Here's today's generative AI news for March 31st, 2024. In today's episode, we'll look into how Midjourney is crowdsourcing ideas, how AI solves the cybersecurity shortage, and OpenAI's voice clone dilemma. Let's get into it. Midjourney is putting the power in the community's hands with their new ideas webpage. This is your one-stop hub to submit feature requests and directly rate the suggestions of other users. It works like this. After submitting your own ideas, you can then view randomly selected batches of 5 other users' requests. You're given 25 points to allocate across that batch based on how highly you'd prioritize each one. The more people who rate, the faster a public leaderboard of the community's most desired new features will take shape. Midjourney says they'll be combining these community ratings with their own internal estimates to calculate the community value per engineering cost of different ideas. The features offering the highest bang for buck in terms of user desire versus development effort will likely get prioritized. It's all part of Midjourney's new collective intelligence initiative to better incorporate user feedback into their product roadmap. The Ideas Board looks to be just the start of finding innovative ways to democratize how an AI like Midjourney evolves based on what its community wants most. Next up, the cybersecurity industry is facing a massive talent shortage, but generative AI could help fill the gaps. One of the biggest benefits is lowering the barriers to entry for new hires through more dynamic and accessible training materials powered by AI. No longer would specialized certifications be as essential. Generative AI models can also automate many of the tedious tasks that currently bog down cybersecurity analysts. Think synthesizing large documentation troves or logging processes, tasks ripe for an AI assistant to handle. This frees up humans to focus on more strategic, high-value work. But it's not just about onboarding or busy work. Generative AI can continually digest the latest cybersecurity intel from trusted sources to keep professionals up to speed on evolving threats and risks. And models could even automate security communications tailored to different teams and departments. Of course, proper safeguards are a must when using generative AI for cybersecurity. There needs to be oversight, policies, and human validation to ensure AI-generated information is accurate and from reliable sources. Deployed responsibly, though, generative AI offers major workforce benefits. Continuing on, OpenAI has developed an impressive new AI model called Voice Engine that can generate synthetic voices mimicking real people with just a 15-second audio sample as a starting point. But the company is pumping the brakes on any wide release due to major ethical concerns around potential misuse. The way Voice Engine works is deceptively simple. You input text, and it outputs an AI-generated voice reading that text in the unique voice from your sample audio. OpenAI had initially planned a pilot program letting developers play around with the tech. But after considering the very real risks of impersonation, fraud, and other nefarious applications, they drastically scaled back. To try mitigating abuse, OpenAI is now requiring any partners get explicit consent from voice donors and disclose when vocals are AI-generated. They're even baking in watermarking capabilities to help trace the origins of voice clone samples. It's part of their recommendations for how society adapts, like the phasing out voice authentication entirely. While voice cloning itself isn't new, you're listening to a voice from 11 labs right now. OpenAI's particular voice engine implementation is notably advanced. But the bigger story may be their measured, ethical approach, potentially setting a model for releasing powerful but high-risk AI technologies responsibly amid a lack of regulatory guardrails. That's it for today's generative AI news from today's sources, the Midjourney, VentureBeat, and Wired. Thanks for listening. Links to these stories are in the podcast description. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.